Chuck, thanks very much. Michael Steele is the chairman of the Republican National Committee. Mr. Steele, it's good to have you here. Good morning to you.
It's great to be with you, man. How are you doing?
I'm good, thanks. You had this job now for a little more than a month, and already you are in the white-hot spotlight. You found yourself in a public back and forth with one of the conservative voices of your party, Rush Limbaugh. So let me get right to that. Rush Limbaugh says it very bluntly. I want him to fail, referring to Barack Obama. Do you agree with that?
Look, my job is to build my party after a tough 2 election cycles. My job is to try to craft a message for our party and work with the Senate and the House leadership to work with our governors across the country and build us back. I mean, you've seen the numbers. We're at 26%. I've got to try to rebuild the front and the back and the top and the bottom of this party.
But let me ask you, as you try to rebuild it.
No, let me just make my point. My point is that there are a lot of opinions out there. Some come from people who are notable, some from people who are not so notable. And my job is to try to balance that. I wasn't that effective at it this week, but I've been 30 days on the job, and we'll move forward. And that's what I'm about at this point.
I guess, but I'm asking you your personal opinion. Do you agree with Rush Limbaugh when he says it's common sense that as a conservative, he wants the policies of Barack Obama to fail?
Well, my personal opinion doesn't matter in this. My job as the RNC chairman is to take into account all the various views out there within our party and try to put together a strategy and a team that's going to help us win elections. I'm focused on the 20th Congressional District in New York. I'm focused on gubernatorial races in New Jersey and in Virginia. So we've got a lot of work to do. The polls show it. I mean, I'm not surprised by that poll. I mean, we got a drubbing in the last 2 elections, so we've got a lot of building to do. And along the way, there'll be some hiccups. We'll get through the hiccups and we'll keep going.
It seems as though Mr. Limbaugh is taunting Republicans like you, though, saying, look, they all agree with me. They're just too gutless to say it. Doesn't Rush Limbaugh put people like you in a very tough position? If you agree with him publicly, it sounds like you're rooting against the economic recovery, and yet if you disagree with him and call him an entertainer and say he's provocative and sometimes what he says is ugly, you're put in a position where you've got to run and apologize to him.
Look, that's the nature of this job, baby. Everyone puts you in one position or the other, and you just have to work through it and keep focused on your mission. My mission right now is to tell the American people what's happening to their wallets and explain to them in real terms the cost of this the stimulus package, the cost of the excessive spending, and along the way, my opponents, Democrats, and even a few others out there will try to mix us up and get us off track. But my goal is to stay focused on trying to get us in a direction where we can win and have something important to say to the American people. This is a great side-so distraction. There's a lot of popcorn going around for folks who are watching this and enjoying it. But I've got to stay focused on trying to put a message out there that's going to move us forward.
Mr. Steele, let me try it this way. There are as many Republicans out there as Democrats who are unemployed right now. People are hurting across this country. Republicans, as I mentioned, like Democrats, are losing their homes. They're unable to send their kids to school. Do you think those Republicans want the policies of Barack Obama to fail right now?
I don't think that Republicans, Democrats, or independents or anyone wants policies that redistributes the wealth of this country, wants policies that nationalizes our health care and our financial systems, wants policies that are pushing us in a direction in which we are more dependent on government than focusing on how we energize small businesses, get credit and capital flowing into the markets again. So those people who actually create the wealth, those people who will employ the folks who've just lost their jobs, Republicans, independents, and Democrats alike, can do that. And that's the small businesses of this country.
Right.
That's what I'm trying to get done. And, this has been a great little distraction. That was yesterday's news. Let's move forward. I've been in the job 30 days. And as the political director said, I've got 608 more days to go.
There are a lot of commentators out there, Mr. Steele, who say that the Republicans have found their voice on this issue in standing up in opposition to the economic policies of Barack Obama. But without control of the House, the Senate, or the White House, how are you going to use that voice to say something other than no?
Well, Matt, that's a very good question, and it's one of the challenges that is presented to the minority party is to get heard. And I think that some of the things that we've been trying to draw out there talking and focusing on the impact of the stimulus bill. You know, within this package, in this omnibus bill, for example, you're talking about 122 federal accounts that double dip, that are taking from the pot twice. That increases the cost. Little things that make a big difference for people are what we're trying to get conveyed. I know the Senate and House leadership have put together packages on housing, put together packages on the economy as a whole. And the problem is getting the Democrats who talk about bipartisanship to actually take those policies and try to integrate them into what the president's agenda is.
Right.
That hasn't happened yet, and we're going to keep pushing and trying to make as much noise as we can in a positive direction.
Michael Steele, you having fun in this job?
I am, actually. You know, it's been a crazy 30 days. There's no doubt about that. But we're building slowly. Let's see where we are in 30 or 60 or 90 days from now. I think we'll be making a difference, Matt. I really do.
You have an open invitation to come back in 30 or 60, 90 days. We'd like to have you here, and thanks for spending time with us this morning.
You got it, bud. I'm looking forward to it.
All right, great. It's 10 minutes after the hour. Here's Meredith.
Thank you, Matt. And now to